Lucky enough to be one of the owners and bookers here at Cherry Bar. And what a beautiful sunny day it is to honour the greatest lead singer of all time, Ronald Belford Scott, Bon Scott of AC/DC. And some of you might ask, well, how did this come about? Well, it was actually a collaboration between the Cherry Bar and the Victorian government, and of course the talented street artist that Macatron knows. The Victorian government had an idea to give away some grants to inspire connection to music in the laneways of Melbourne, called Rock in the Laneways. And I thought to myself, well, we own the only business in AC/DC Lane, and it's called AC/DC Lane. I'm a chance here. I put in a decent application, come up with a decent idea, and thankfully they were receptive, and we collaborated on something I'm very proud of, this Bon Scott sculpture. I'm not going to tell you how much it cost, but it was very low cost compared to some of the statues that I've seen in Australia and around the world. And I suppose, just like the early AC/DC records, the best AC/DC records that featured Bon Scott, the fact that they were tough and rough and the most affordable to produce made them the very best. And I will say to you why AC/DC Lane. I think that's kind of obvious, but also why Melbourne. Well, Bon Scott had a real connection to Melbourne. At the tender age of 6, he immigrated out from Scotland, grew up in his very early years in the western suburbs of Sunshine, came back to Melbourne, lived here famously in the early and mid-70s with the AC/DC band, where they wrote most of the songs for their first 2 albums. And of course, famously filmed It's a Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll, the film clip just a stone's throw from here in Swanston Street. Now, the project was put together artistically. I'm very lucky I can come up with an idea, and then I know really talented creative people that can do all the hard work. It was mainly put together by my friend and my favourite Australian and international street artist, Mike Macatron. For a couple of sentences, as he name checks the talented people who helped him with this project. Please come up, Mike.
Thank you, James. Yeah, so I got together a couple of friends, scenic artists from Fieldwork, Rob Goff, who's used to know Ron, the brick master, another sculpting friend, Steve, and Richie, who runs the company Red Steel, Sholto, who's here somewhere, the technical help. And maybe one funny anecdote to say about the application. James got me to put a Photoshop version together, so the application was my Photoshop plus Han Solo is what you're going to get. But thank you, James, and thanks everyone for coming today.
So I will say something about being the owner of Cherry Bar here in AC/DC Lane. I do feel a responsibility to activate the name AC/DC Lane, which was christened back in 2004. I do feel a responsibility for leadership in terms of Melbourne as probably the live music capital of the Southern Hemisphere. And for that reason, I'm pleased to be involved in this fantastic sculpture to honour Bon Scott. I hope it will inspire others. I hope it will inspire musicians. I'm sure it will inspire international tourism. I know for a fact there are fans of the band, fans of Bon Scott, who are already planning to come out from places as far as Germany and Spain just to come to AC/DC Lane, Melbourne, and see Bon Scott honoured in this way. And I think it's fantastic that we'll have him up there. He's 3 metres tall, 2 metres wide, and hopefully we'll put him up tall enough so he won't be climbed all over. We want him treated with respect. But I think from today, we know that Sydney has the Sydney Opera House, but from today, Melbourne will have Bon Scott. I'm pleased to see Bon's most famous girlfriend, if I can say that, Mary Renshaw, is here, and Bon's son, Dave Stevens, is here. I'd ask Dave Stevens to come here and Macca on that side. And if we've got this right, we pull these strings very firmly and we'll reveal, let there be Bon!
We're in a laneway to A bit closer to it, Dave.
Look at the bowls that he's doing.